How's it going, everyone? Your boy Corey, aka Crasher, here with the new video, and ladies and gentlemen, I guess we have ourselves a part 2 on the subject, and for those of you guys that haven't seen my last video, do check it out. That right there was just absolute cringe city with what Niantic had tried to pull. But here we are with part 2, and we have ourselves an article on Dexerto that is titled, Pokemon Go players enraged as Las Vegas event is swamped with problems. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but at the same time, it doesn't excuse Niantic after nearly 7 years of Pokemon Go up and running. Players participating in the Pokemon Go Tour Las Vegas in-person event have reported issues with gameplay, connectivity, and rewards. This has ruined the expensive trip for many who are participating. It's actually kind of really sad that nearly 7 years of Pokemon Go being up and running, and 6 of those 7 years featuring big time events. You would think that after all of the time, all the money that they made, that they would have the ability and the knowledge by now to have stable events, but I guess that's really too much to ask out of Niantic. And unsurprisingly, this ends up being passed on to the players that have to pay for Niantic's incompetence. That is just absolutely ridiculous. Pokemon Go has become an expensive experience despite it being free to play. Yeah, you can say that again, holy shit. Players are finding more and more content locked behind exclusive event ticket paywalls and watching their in-game prices steadily rise for essential items. And that is something that is just 150% up and down the boards not okay, yet Niantic don't give a shit about principles. And you know what? It's honestly really sad, but at the same time, I'm glad that I don't play the game anymore. Like, I am so glad that I don't have to put myself through putting up with bullshit like this anymore. And you know what? Like, it's honestly surprising how the players, even to this very day, still stick with a game despite Niantic not giving a single hell about their player base. Unfortunately, not all investments in Pokemon Go are worth the money. Definitely right. And many players are experiencing this firsthand at the Pokemon Go Tour Hoenn event happening in Las Vegas. Like previous in-person events, players have had trouble signing into the app. Yup, experienced that before. Staying connected, also experienced that before, or even participating in key aspects of the celebration. And that is something that many of us players through past events have had to experience. I am honestly disgusted that even to this day, Niantic still doesn't have a clue on how to get their shit together. Niantic has offered those impacted by the issues on the first day of the event an apology and extended playtime, but a follow-up post on social media seemingly blamed players without event tickets for the connectivity problems. Yeah, that is what we covered in the previous video. I am still absolutely stunned, but at the same time not surprised that Niantic decided to resort to this right here. And it seems like that as time goes on, Niantic acquires new skills to piss people off. And it seems like this skill acquired in 2023 is shifting blame onto the player base for Niantic's own shortcomings and incompetence. That is just completely fucking rich. Oh my god. Players aren't happy with either response or the issues many felt shouldn't have been a problem to begin with, going online to vent their frustrations. Yeah, I can't believe that we're at this point, but you know what? I'm not surprised. It's Niantic. Pokemon Go players have taken to the r/Pokemon Go subreddit with frustrations and upset over the Go Tour Hoenn Las Vegas event. Additionally, many players have filled posts on Niantic's Twitter vocalizing anger and frustration at not being able to sign into the app despite having traveled and paid to be a part of the event. One player comments, "And how am I going to do that if I still can log in? I haven't played a single minute since the event started. At this point, I'll ask for a refund in response to the apology gift being offered. And you know what? Honestly, based on my research on this so far, these players need a damn refund. Like, the amount of issues is absolutely unbelievable, but we're gonna get into that a little bit later on here. Another player calls out Niantic's mission statement, setting it against the problems players report while participating in the Pokemon Go Tour Hoenn event. And we have ourselves JRE Seawolf tweeting out, Niantic, get out and go to our live events. Come one, come all. Also, Niantic, no, not like that. And that right there is, of course, in a response via quote tweet to Pokemon Go's tweet saying, an additional 17,000 trainers without tickets joined us at the park, causing spotty connectivity throughout the day. This led to trainers disconnecting from raids, being unable to log in, and other issues with gameplay. See, those issues are completely on brand when it comes to Pokemon Go and its functionality, and it has been a thing for years. And Niantic, the fact that this has been happening for years, yet you blame us, that is just absolutely crazy. This has been a thing for years, events or not. Other players are confused as to why Niantic hasn't done anything to prepare for the number of players trying to access their servers, as the crashing has also been a problem at previous events. Yup, I can confirm on that too. Unfortunately, those who have experienced issues during the Pokemon Go Tour Hoenn event in Las Vegas will likely be unable to get a refund for their tickets. This also doesn't count the expense of traveling and staying near the event, which isn't a cheap trip due to the location. Yeah, no shit. Instead, players may choose not to be a part of in-person events in the future. And, you know, here's the thing, right, is that when we had ourselves these worldwide events, that right there was a step in the right direction, okay? Everybody throughout the world had the opportunity to go and participate in these events. But since they decided to revert back to in-person events for exclusive areas, yeah, that right there was nothing less than an abject failure. I also have to acknowledge Jay's tweet right here. Niantic begging people not to go to a public park rather than upgrading their shitty servers gotta be the funniest thing I've seen this year. I can't. And that right there is in response to another one of Pokemon Go's tweets that says, we ask that trainers who do not have a ticket for Pokemon Go Tour Hoenn Las Vegas refrain from joining us at the park tomorrow to ensure a smooth event for Sunday ticket holders and trainers who have the Sunday extra day add-on. Oh my god, man. I can't with this either. I also want to showcase this as well because it is rather interesting, but I will urge you guys to take this with a pinch of salt. I'm not entirely sure how true this actually is, but at the same time, given how Niantic is, it would not surprise me whatsoever if something like this actually happened. So we ourselves, Pokemon Master Stefan tweeting out, too many Poketubers, apart from Zoe and PokeAK, have blatantly downplayed the significant server issues plaguing Pokemon Go Tour Hoenn. Niantic has turned more Poketubers into paid actors, hashtag sponsored. Has hashtag Hear Us Niantic gone out of fashion? Do we want to start up hashtag Pokemon No Tour? And this here, ladies and gentlemen, is a fine example of the type of shit that I'm sure many players have had to deal with during this event. Like, we have no action going on when it comes to this Primal Kyogre raid. That is not surprising. I mean, 100% on brand when it comes to Niantic, but it's beyond ridiculous. Like, yeah, just completely errored out for some reason. And this here, ladies and gentlemen, is another example of the type of issues that players have had, where we have someone that has a ticket and they're trying to choose either Ruby or Sapphire, and they can't make the choice for some odd reason. And this here also provides a fine example of the scam bullshit prices from in-game purchases in Pokemon Go. So, Legend Box, we have ourselves 2 Elite Fast TMs, 2 Elite Charge TMs, 10 Super Incubators, and 10 regular Egg Incubators for nearly 3,800 coins. Are you absolutely shitting me with that? Like, Are you kidding me? I should also point this out as well because it's actually hilarious. Niantic just deleted their apology tweet, shocked face, and yeah, doesn't seem like much of an apology if you're just gonna straight up delete it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that has got to be one of the most insincere displays of an apology that I have ever seen. And I'm also going to showcase this as well because this makes literally no sense. So for 750 coins in a great raid box, we have 10 premium raid passes, 3 star pieces, and 3 lucky eggs. But then we shift over to here, the expert box for 900 coins. We have 10 premium raid passes, 2 star pieces, and 2 lucky eggs. So you're paying more for less items. What? And for those that don't know the cost of this event, well, let's just read up a little bit on this. Pokemon GO Tour Hoenn Las Vegas attendees may purchase a ticket for 1 day of the 2-day event, or purchase a 1-day ticket with an additional 2nd day add-on. 1-day tickets are in US currency $30, or the equivalent pricing tier in your local currency, plus any applicable taxes and fees, and are available for purchase on the Pokemon GO Tour website. Now, the reason I say that is $30 in US currency. Now, depending on what your currency is, that right there is quite the amount of money to spend on an in-game event. Like, holy hell. I mean, I know it has been a while since I have last dipped toes in the subject of Pokemon Go and all that stuff, and I really shouldn't be surprised, but my god! Like, yeah, you know what? Busted. Fuck it. I am surprised. Niantic, you somehow managed to lower our expectations and lower our standards for you guys. Bravo! You really, really know how to fuck yourselves. So yeah, I don't know what else I can say here. I think I'm just about out of words for the subject for the time being, unless something else happens that we gotta talk about, but with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, leave your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your time as well in viewing this crazy video. Have yourself a damn good one, you beautiful people. I'll see you next time. And again, except for Niantic, fuck yourselves.